Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Is one of these movies the Cat Noir and Ladybug movie?
No. No, I tried to pick movies.
Is one of these movies the Ladybug and Cat Noir movie? Hello, and welcome to the Nerdiest podcast, where nerds talk about nerdy things. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Jackson Glass, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my ride or die, Mr. Nick Barrett. But that's not all. Today, we have a very special guest, friend of the show, Mr. Logan Urich. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a hot second since he's come and joined us, and I think the last time he was here was when we did our last Pixar movie ranking, which was a while ago, and so we had to bring him back for this really great opportunity, really great episode today where we will be playing the poorly described movie game, where Nick has put together some poorly described movies in 3 different rounds that we have to guess, and was very excited to play this game. Hopefully it's fun, and if you like this kind of episode, then maybe if it does well, we can do some more similar stuff. But first, I need to know, our guest of honor, Mr. Logan Urich, how are you today?
I'm really good, dude.
Good.
It's been great. I'm really happy to be back on. It's been a fat minute since I've been on here.
Yeah, it's been a second. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Mr. Nick, how are you today?
Well, I'm alive, so that's a good place to start. I just got Whataburger for dinner. It's great. Got to get the typical American classic. It's also a lot more refreshing because I didn't eat out at work this week for lunch all week, so I saved it until today. I was like,
there
God
you
bless.
go.
God
there
bless.
you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm also good. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
And then, yeah, so everything's been good. We just watched Dan in Real Life for the Nerdiest Aftershow, which you can subscribe to on Spotify as a Spotify member for only $3 a month. And that's a great way to support our show because it's a good just $3 a month, and then you get a bonus episode every month. Plus, you get access to our backlog of bonus episodes, full 12, 13 episodes there that you get to listen to, and it's just a great way to support the show, and because this is an independent production and we do all the back end stuff ourselves, all the scheduling and everything. So thank you so much for supporting. You can also go to the nerdiestpodcast.com for merch. That's right, new merch is out there now. Steamboat Willie is out there, and our audience score Rotten Tomatoes t-shirt is out there too. We also have stickers, hats, mugs, pins, whatever you need is there, and it helps us support the show. So thank you so much. And if you're not following on Instagram at the Nerdiest Podcast or YouTube at the Nerdiest Podcast, you can go there for video versions of our podcast and exclusive content on what episodes are coming up. So that little plug out of the way, I know you've all been foaming at the mouth to know how my wedding planning has been going. This is a reoccurring bit. This is a reoccurring bit that we've done since I got engaged. And this week, we tried a caterer, and it was very, very good. And the steak was melt in your mouth. Legitimately some of the best steak I've ever had. Incredible. We had these little quesadillas that were like crack, and I could have eaten 1,000 of them. They were phenomenal. Chicken bacon ranch quesadillas, and we tried we tried this one thing on the menu that looked really good, and it was their Gouda. It was Gouda grilled cheese with bacon jam, and I was like, this is what I want. We're gonna try it. And then we tried it, and it was way too sweet, and I was so disappointed because it
You're
tasted
not gonna have
like
that?
No, because it wasn't good.
No.
We tried it, and I was really excited, but it wasn't like a smoky kind of bacon jam. It was like an apricot jam with some bacon in it, and I was like, gross. This isn't the bacon jam I wanted. So we're not doing that, but we are doing steak, and we are doing we're doing steak, we're doing quesadillas. We originally weren't going to do a cake, but I think we are going to end up doing a cake. So that's the update, and little extra bit, because I'm sure everyone wants to know. This is a disagreement that I have had recently. And I'm really glad we have the full spectrum of the panel here. We have a single man, an engaged man, and a married man. And so we have the full spectrum of the panel here. And I'd like to pose this question before we talk about anything else, because I need legitimate opinions on this.
Okay.
Logan, I'll let you go first as the top end of the spectrum. Do you think it's gross to pee in the shower? Please. I'd like your thoughts.
I gotta say, that's not where I thought that was going.
That took such a hard left turn.
Listen, I mean, it's cost effective. There's you gotta pay your water bill as a married man. I mean, things are expensive. I'm shopping at Aldi.
Amen. Amen.
You gotta figure it out where you can, you know.
It saves water, so that's what you're saying. It's cost effective.
Exactly.
Okay.
Flushing actually, like, if I'm not mistaken, flushing actually wastes a gallon of water. So
wow.
I mean,
Dang.
if you're gonna be in there like scrubbing your unfriendlies anyway, you might as well like go piss, girl. I don't know.
Scrubbing your unfriendlies. If you're in there scrubbing your unfriendlies anyway.
All right. Very unhinged.
All right.
I didn't think this was.
Let me
this
pivot.
episode was gonna go.
Let me pivot to the other side of the spectrum. Nick, what's your opinion on this? You
It's
think
very
that's gross?
cost effective. I don't know. He's right. It's also like okay. Can you say it's weird? Yes, you can. But here's the thing. It's not like it's pooling in the bottom of the shower. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're standing in it. It's going down the drain with the rest of the water. So it's cost effective, and it saves me time. Because I can sit there like... How do I want to word this without... I can stand there like soaking while I'm peeing. So it's not only cost effective in the financial sense, it's cost effective in the time sense because I'm doing two things at once. I'm multitasking, so I don't have to stop. You know what I mean? So it just makes sense.
No, you're right.
And
you're
like,
right. When
if you get it on your feet, you're gonna wash your body anyway. So like, it's not gonna stay there for very long.
Okay, so here's my take on this. You know, I set my alarm every day at 5 a.m., right? It says rise and grind on there. I've got the fire emojis, you know, we're getting in there. And then I have another alarm that says piss and soak.
All right. That's a good perspective. I actually really appreciate that.
How about you as the middleman on the spectrum? Where are you?
See, as the middleman on the spectrum, this has come up as something that I should not do when I am married. And here's the thing. This is you are hearing from someone who, when I was in high school, I brushed my teeth in the shower every morning.
That's weird.
Why is that weird? How is that weird? Why is that weird? You just spit on the floor. No. What?
No.
What? Okay, so you'll pee in the shower,
Yeah.
but you'll draw the line at brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
You get the toothpaste beforehand and wet it, and then get in the shower and start brushing.
No. Because then you're like rinsing your mouth. I mean, I guess sink water and shower water are the same.
They're the
but
same
like,
water.
No.
No, it's the same water.
There's something there.
There's a disconnect.
No. There's
I
something
understand the
different
mental
about brushing
disconnect.
your teeth. No.
I understand the mental
same.
disconnect.
But
But it's the
I'm
same
bougie,
water.
And I have an electric toothbrush that I cannot take in the shower with me. So.
See, that's a fair point. I do also think that I need like a mirror when I'm brushing my teeth. I need to like see. So if you have a mirror in the shower, then yeah, by all means. But I don't know. The fact that I can't see it, and I'm just like, I imagine myself staring at the wall while like water's pouring on my head. I'm like,
like I think I'm getting all the spots.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's aside. We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
But peeing, like, it's going down the drain, and it's also, I think the people that oppose this don't understand how men work. Like I'm not like peeing on the wall. Like it's not like, or
no,
I'm not like you said, like it's not pooling.
Straight in the drain.
You're going straight into the drain.
You're not even like getting it on the tub.
The holes
it's going
are the goal.
Straight in the drain. Exactly.
The holes are there.
Yeah.
It's the best way to think about it is it's like a urinal, but it's a shower.
Right.
So there's water coming
Right.
out the top. It's the
Right.
same principle.
It's the same concept. See, I bring this up to Amy, and she's like, okay, but you can't even get it in the giant bowl. Who's to say you're getting it in the little shower drain?
I am.
And I was like, that's a little offensive, but it's easier than you'd think because you're just going straight down. It's not that hard. I don't understand. When we were in that hotel for the convention last weekend, I peed in that shower. I will openly tell you. See, we both peed in that shower,
Speaking
and that's
of that
not
hotel,
gross.
Do you know what was weird? Do you know
What?
when you want to know what was weird? That mirror they put in that bathroom,
Yeah.
dog. It was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually when you think of a hotel bathroom, this is like
I'll pull up the picture I have.
completely
for Logan.
unrelated.
So unrelated. We're
instead
gonna
of-
get back on topic here in a second.
Because when you think of it, you think like, oh, it's just over the sink.
Right.
And it's like it's the width of the sink, and like, or even sometimes they have the circular ones that aren't even the width of the sink. And you're like, okay, cool. This hotel had a wall length mirror,
floor to ceiling.
floor to
Not
ceiling,
like floor to ceiling, but it was like
back of the
waist
toilet
to ceiling.
to the ceiling. So it was really weird when you go in there to go to the bathroom, because I didn't notice it right away, and I was standing there and I was like, something feels off. And it was just that
I've never
I was
seen
able
myself pee from
to
the
watch
front
myself
before.
from like full frontal eye contact go to the bathroom. And that was weird.
See, that was the mirror.
Yeah,
You
like
see that? Like
it was a little odd.
it was a little odd. I don't think humans were meant to see. Humans were not meant to see their entire full naked body.
No.
And if you'd like to be, if you didn't have body dysmorphia before, you will after you see your full self.
I
in
don't
a mirror.
know. I was like, dang, maybe I'm not. Like, maybe I'm a little more fit than I thought I was.
There's two sides.
All right.
It's just I've never seen
Narcissists
myself-
fear this man.
See, I've just never seen myself pee from the front before. Anyway,
Okay, before we wrap this topic,
Okay.
I need to know if we can all agree on this. If we can't, it's going to be a problem.
Okay. Okay.
So there's peeing in the shower, but we all agree no pooping in the shower, right? Like that's too far.
Well,
So we all agree, like, no pooping in the shower, right? Like that's too far, right?
That's
right?
too far.
Right. No,
I've never done
right?
I
I've
can
never done that. That's
wholeheartedly say I've
awful.
never done that. That's
Because
too
it's
far.
definitely not going straight down the drain.
No,
Okay.
no.
well then, because you'd have to like mash it with like your feet. You
And
know?
then you gotta touch it and like. No.
This is like the worst like wine tasting I've ever had. Like you get to crush the grapes yourself. Like,
Oh Lord have
You ever think they
mercy.
used to do that? Like they used to crush
Oh
wine
my
with their feet
gosh.
and then drink it.
Quentin Tarantino was born in the wrong time.
He was like, yes, we need to go back to
Okay.
smashing.
This is a good. So this week, I saw a movie in the theaters, and that movie was called Trap, and it was the new M. Night Shyamalan film. And where I was sitting there in the theater with a big group, and Gavin, a friend of the show, leans over to me and he says, "The movie, like the title credits are starting," and he says, "Is M. Night Shyamalan the one that likes feet?" And I said, "No, that's Quentin Tarantino." And he said, "Oh, that's my bad." So I saw Trap, right? And I did a whole YouTube video about it. You can go watch that if you want. But essentially, it made me very angry because Trap, it ran off of the concept. I'm going to keep it spoiler free, but this is a review of my opinion, so no spoilers. But if you don't want to be influenced, skip ahead. The concept of Trap is there's a serial killer who brings his daughter to a concert, and he's living a double life. But they know that he's a serial killer, and they know he's at the concert. So he is at this concert, and it's essentially like a serial killer at a Taylor Swift concert. Like, that's the concept. Like, that's the level of concert this is. It's a huge thing. And they're like, they know he's there, so he's got to escape in some way. And I was like, awesome, it's a trap. This is going to be lit. He doesn't do anything at the concert. He just kind of roams around, and he doesn't actually do anything serial killery until the third act when we leave the concert. And it was so frustrating because I hate this, because so many movies that I have seen will do this, where they give you this concept and they give you this dope trailer that's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing, super cool, look at this concept. And then they abandon the concept halfway through, and it's like borderline false marketing, but it's just like poor execution of a really great idea, which is worse than a bad movie because it could have been great.
Right. That makes sense.
Anyway, that's my review of Trap. I recommend you go see it to build your own opinion, but I think it was a fun movie, but not a whole lot more than that, because it was confused on what it was wanting to be. So
that's fair.
Unless anyone has anything else they would like to talk about they've watched recently, anything else to add, opening up the floor?
No. I mean, I've been a little emotionally unstable because My Hero Academia ended last week.
Dang. I'm really sorry for your loss.
It hasn't fully hit me yet because we still have like a brand new anime movie. The anime itself is not over yet. Like, but once the anime ends, I'm like, oh,
frick.
Okay, that's it. All right. Fine.
All right. Logan, what have you been watching?
So somewhat recently, because like one struggle of being married is like trying to find movies that both of you want to watch.
Yeah.
Because I have so many that I want to watch.
Can't relate.
Well, I mean, it's pretty great other than that.
Anyway. Guys, stay single if you want to watch movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do not get married.
That's actually not true. I've watched more movies since dating. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I've definitely rewatched more movies ever since, marriage and all that.
Right, all that.
But recently, we watched Interstellar for the first time. I'm amazed that I've never seen this movie before, because like I love Nolan. I mean, I saw Oppenheimer like practically day one. I love all his stuff. So I'm amazed I had never seen it before, but once I did, it's one of those movies that kind of like what you're talking about, where the concept is just so amazing. And I remember seeing like the length of the movie. It's like, it's almost 3 hours. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, this is going to be awful. And then I sit down and watch it, and then the credits start rolling, and I'm like, no, I want more. Like, I feel like it ended too soon, you know? I felt like I was like, no, I need to see what happens after this. But it just ends.
I think Interstellar could have an amazing sequel. It could pick up right where it left off, and it could go. I've seen Interstellar once, and it's one of the most exhausting movies I've ever watched in my life. And so it's not one I really am going to revisit a ton, but I remember watching it, and I watched it in possibly the best setting possible, and that was I was in our dorm on like a Friday night, and we ordered like 6 pizzas, and like we had all this soda and snacks, and we literally had maybe 15 people in that one room, and we watched the entire movie. And I remember when it ended, I needed air. Like, I was like, get me out of it. I need to leave. And we all stepped outside and collectively took a deep breath. Like, that, it's truly a masterpiece. Truly a masterpiece. And
no, I completely agree. I feel like I needed a smoke after that, you know?
Right. It's like, let me just be like, Murph. Murph. Good movie. Great movie. Great movie. So, if we can move on to some news, Mr. Nick, I believe you had a news topic, and then I have another one I'd like to get to. So, this is one that you know a lot more about. If you want to hit me with that.
Give me 2 seconds. I gotta pull up the notes.
Oh gosh.
I didn't have the notes pulled up previously.
It's the one that you literally just
I know, but
told me about.
Okay, cool. You didn't write anything on the.
No.
Okay. So
there are no notes. In terms of notes,
we have
there are no notes.
So I'm gonna try to get some specifics here, but essentially what happened this week was there was a massive leak on Netflix this week. In, let's see, does somebody... Okay, good. Somebody put together a compilation. So Netflix had a really big leak this week. It was a lot of anime leaks. It was something with their animation department. And Netflix has since made a statement. They said it was what ended up happening was somewhere along their post-production pipeline got compromised, and that's how the leaks got out. But just so you know how bad this is, it was ReZero, the first episode, got leaked, which I didn't even know was going to be on Netflix. Dawn to Dawn, the first 12 episodes of that got leaked. The entire Terminator Zero anime, Ranma 1 and 2, the remake got 4 episodes, and Mononoke the movie all got leaked on like Monday, Tuesday. And then I think yesterday the first 5 episodes of Arcane season 2 got leaked, which is more than half of the half of that season. So the bigger issue, and I think what a lot of people are more upset about, is not necessarily the leaks per se, but these are a lot of people got hurt by this. Like, a lot of animators got hurt by this. A lot of people who worked on these shows
very hard on
because, as someone put it on Twitter, Cass Chappa, I have no clue who this is, but it's an animator who I would assume worked on one of these shows. This is our hard work. It's meant to be released on its due date, something we as animators really look forward to. It is incredibly disrespectful and just straight up annoying. You think you're doing some kind of service to the community, but you're not. More speaking to the leakers who are actually leaking stuff, because it's like, this is people's work. This is things that people are excited to share with fans, and they've kept under wraps because they're like, oh, there's this really big plot twist in Arcane Season 2 that we're really excited for you guys to see. And granted, none of those things like really hit the mainstream, aside from the fact that it was leaked, and the leaks got nuked really quick from really wherever they were at. But it's still like, those spoilers are out there
Google
now.
Drive.
So the risk of Arcane spoilers has thus heightened, because every time they get taken down, someone else is just going to re-upload them and distribute it to their friend, and their friend's going to upload it on a pirate site, and like, it's difficult. I don't think in the long run it's going to affect any of these shows like hype-wise, because I mean, obviously they're not readily accessible, so it's not like you can go watch Arcane Season 2 right now.
Right.
You just
like,
know
if I search Arcane Season 2 on YouTube, it's not going to all be there.
Right.
But like,
and these were some,
it's still just
like,
disingenuous.
They weren't done, because Dawn to Dawn, one of the anime, the opening and ending got leaked, and I watched the opening because I was on Twitter like right as it happened, and it still had all of the production marks on it. Like, it had the time code, the file name, like whoever was editing it. Like, it was not done by any means, by any way, shape, or form. This is not like the final product that has been sitting on the Netflix backend. This was still on someone's computer actively being edited, and now it's like been leaked out to the world. So they responded. They're taking aggressive action. They're like, hey, we're sorry it happened. But I'm like, how did this happen in the first place? Like, let's see. Can I find the exact quote from Netflix?
Well, it's so hard because, like, these editors, like, they're just happy to work on creative projects like this. Like, they're not... they're not like, if you're at work, like you're editing at work, you're not thinking about someone hacking into your computer and like
Right.
stealing the file. Like that's not, granted, if it was the animation department, they probably need to take higher action to prevent that again. Like there's probably some sort of like level of security that they're not reaching that they need to get audited for. But it's like, this isn't the animator's fault, and they're the ones that take the biggest hit from it. So it's just
Right.
kind of stupid.
So
It
Netflix,
just sucks.
all they said was one of our post-production partners has been compromised, and footage from several of our titles has unfortunately leaked online. Our team is aggressively taking action to have it taken down. And then Crunchyroll also said, we are aware of a content leak ahead of one of our fall series because Crunchyroll is also getting Dandadan.
Yeah.
We've opened an investigation to identify the source of this leak, and our team is taking action to have it taken down. So this is like,
Whoa.
it wasn't even Crunchyroll's problem. Crunchyroll is only affected by one or maybe two of these shows. And now they're like, okay, hold on.
All right.
We're gonna. So
Thanks,
it's
guys.
just
Yeah.
it's just
So-
not great.
So that sucks. Our next top story that I think is fascinating is Borderlands, the movie, which I don't think is out yet, but it was sent to reviews. Give a quick guess on the Rotten Tomato score from this movie.
I don't want to guess because I actually know.
7.
It is. That's correct.
Wait, really?
I saw it was at 0.
Wait, what did you say?
I said 7.
You can't see it. Hold on.
Turn your brightness down.
The critics score is 7
That's crazy.
out of 100. 7. And not only that, but the reviews are really entertaining. So, one guy said, Borderlands is perfect viewing for people who thought that Venom was too artsy. And I was like, that's awful.
That's kinda-
That's
Whoa.
awful. Oh man. So,
I saw it debuted at 0%.
yeah, it debuted at 0. Now has more, but it just like isn't doing well. The audience score is at a 50, which is I feel like is a little more fair, because TBH, for me to rate a movie 7 out of 100, it would have to be unwatchable for me. Like
That's like
really
Morbius.
low. Right.
Yeah.
Morbius is a 7 out of 100.
Yeah.
But
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Is it?
Yeah, I might
think
be
it's
giving it too
higher?
much credit.
I think Morbius is at least a 10.
maybe 8. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're getting a little too high.
Yeah. So anyway, our last story of the day before we get into our main topic here. There's been a lot of YouTube drama that I don't really have the full knowledge to speak on entirely, but I can give a brief synopsis. The king of YouTube, Mr. Beast, has seemed to have fallen from grace, as a former employee has posted a hour-long video explaining about how all of his videos are fake. Everything is scripted, and he uses a lot of CGI in his videos to make them just look more real, but they're not. And he even broke down in the video. He was like, it was supposed to be like, this video was like about this abandoned town or whatever, and he's like pulled up a map and he's like, you could take an Uber 7 minutes to San Francisco from here. And he's like, this is like not, it's like completely fake. And apparently he's like, he's also apparently under investigation for encouraging minors to participate in an illegal lottery that he hosted, which is...
I also heard that could be part of the subscribe and you might win a Tesla or something,
Yeah.
or like subscribe and you might be in a video, because there's no legally binding thing that holds him to that.
No.
But it's also like,
An abuse of power.
Okay, so something I actually heard about this is, so
Yeah.
one of the main videos that he's like under fire for was he had this thing where he was like, all right, here's all these t-shirts and I'm going to sign every single one of them, and then you might get a chance to, you know, get an iPhone or, you know, $500 or whatever.
Right.
I participated in that. I actually bought one of the shirts during that live stream.
Really?
Yes, I have a Mr. B shirt that's signed possibly by him. It might be like Tyson or whatever. Whoever's on his team might have signed it.
Chris signed it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to burn that thing. But no. So that whole thing, I don't know. It feels weird because I get like, there was a guy on Reddit that was like, when all this dropped, he was like, wait, y'all thought Mr. Beast was for real this whole time? Like,
that's so fair.
I think there's a part of people that wanted to believe he was legit, and I think there is a certain legitness to it. But I watched another, it might have been from that video, like an excerpt from it, but the guy who was doing the video, I know exactly who it is because I remember seeing him in the videos, but I don't remember his name. He said, like, the mentality is if you give $10,000 to a homeless person, but you're shoving a camera in their face and then making more than $10,000 on that video,
right?
Did you really do a good thing? Like,
right?
On paper, objectively, yes, you did a good thing, but at the end of the day, it was for your
the wrong
benefit.
Reasons,
and like because you wanted to feel better about yourself. So it's like,
right?
I don't know. A part of me wants to believe that it's legit because, like, he cured those people who were blind and went and built wells and houses in Africa and, like, is helping people.
Was a philanthropist, you know? Like he was just legitimately
doing, like, he helped clean up the ocean. Like,
right.
There's a part of me that wants to believe that all of that is legit, but also as someone who makes YouTube videos, I know what it's like to ham up stuff for a video.
Right.
When that's not actually what happened.
When it's like truly, editing is not that hard.
Right.
Like, it's really not that hard to exaggerate something or this and that. And that guy in the video even said, he was like, we would work on every video with someone, like, he was like, they were real people. He was like, but they were scripted. He was like, they were scripted to, like, essentially ham up whatever the story was, which I also feel like so middle ground, because part of me is like, yeah, that's awful, but have you ever watched America's Got Talent? Because that is literally the exact same thing. They ham up the most, like, or any reality TV show. It's like they ham up the most, like, mundane stories to make you feel something so that you're invested, and then they edit it to make you cry at the golden buzzer because, you know, they never thought little Timmy would sing again, and now he's singing on America's Got Talent, and Howie Mandel saw something in him for some, and it's just, I don't know.
Right.
And I'm kind of like... This is the same thing, but it feels different because we have this idea that YouTube is more personal, when in reality, those huge YouTubers that are making millions of dollars are just like every other TV show at that point.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because it is, like, I was going to say, I think the key difference is when you watch a reality TV show, as much as reality TV tries to tell you that it's legit and be reality, you know deep down that it's not legit and that it's fake. Yeah. But Mr. Beast really tries to portray his videos with a sense of realism and make you think they are legit. So I think that's where a lot of it comes from, is people feel betrayed because he's been hamming it up as like, oh, we're doing all these amazing things. We built this massive studio. We are giving away all these cars, and like we're doing all this stuff. And this is for real. This is legit. Like, people get their cars, people get their houses, like, and it's never portrayed as a fake thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
That makes sense. It's just, I'm disappointed but not surprised is kind of where I'm at. Is I'm like, did we really think this was going to go on forever? And like, I just know that there's like every major streaming service is currently fighting each other like behind curtains to make this documentary. Like I know that this is going to be like the most like hard hitting documentary of the year, and they are fighting to make it.
I'm
Let me tell you.
interested to see if this affects his Amazon Prime deal, because he's supposed to be doing a show with Amazon Prime. So I'm interested to see if this will affect that in any way.
Well, there was also like
because it depends on if he gets truly canceled or not.
Right. It depends. I think if he,
there's no way he's getting canceled.
I don't think they can.
But
he's
there's
too powerful.
There's a lot of allegations out there that he was complicit and aware of the stuff that Chris was doing, which is a whole other. Like, you can fake your YouTube videos, whatever. There's not really anything illegal about that. As long as you're legally above board, you can do whatever you want with your videos. Aiding and abetting pedophilia is very different.
Yeah.
So I think that's the bigger thing that people are going to end up focusing on. Obviously, the faking the videos is a big thing that's going to get a lot of unwarranted attention.
But it's not a federal crime.
Right.
To lie on the internet.
Everyone lies on the internet.
I mean, no.
Unless you're in the UK.
Well, no, tell the truth. It's illegal.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where I remember seeing a video a couple days ago where people were talking about like his illegal lottery, so to speak. It's because he was essentially like, there are laws in place that shows like Survivor or, Family Feud or, game shows and stuff like that. There are rules in place so that way whoever runs the show doesn't get in trouble for doing a lottery like this. But I think it was Captain Sparkles that did a video about this.
Yeah.
But he basically said a lot of YouTubers
out of nowhere.
Yeah. Hello. Like, where have you been? Anyway. So he made a video talking about that, and he said something along the lines of like, a lot of YouTubers fall into this sort of realm where they want to give something away, but then they can't because they get in trouble. So then they just lie and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you didn't actually win the Apple gift card." Sorry, that was my bad.
Right. Yeah. That sucks. That just sucks because it's such an abuse of power, because as, the point, that's why YouTube is so popular, is because it feels so much more personal.
Yeah. And
it's not like this corporate overhead, but the internet has finally been around long enough to where the personal can turn into the corporate, and it's just YouTube hasn't been around long enough for this to happen to more than 2-3 people. And so like this is new territory for even the government. Like, this is new for everyone, and we just don't know what to do yet.
And it's especially freaky when you tie that lottery to subscribe to get this, because then a lot of your growth becomes linked to that, and you're almost like not paying for subscribers, but in a way inadvertently paying for subscribers, because you're waving the idea of, oh, you could win a phone, or like you could be in a video,
Tesla,
like you just have to subscribe, and like that's really weird. Did you see the internal email that leaked that was like,
no.
So the contents of the email was basically like, hey, a lot of freaky stuff's been going on recently. I didn't expect any of this to happen. So he's hiring like a CFO, a COO, and an HR person. And I was shocked because I was like, wait, you didn't have all these things before? And everyone is like, oh, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's only like 25. He's never done this before. And I'm like, yeah. But even I know, as a 22-year-old,
you need HR.
That you, at the bare minimum, need HR. Like, you're running a business. You're running the largest YouTube conglomerate on the planet that is owned by an individual and not, like, a business.
Right.
And you're going to tell me that you didn't know that you needed HR? I don't know.
Come on,
that
Jimmy.
Sounds a little fishy to me.
Come on, Jimmy. Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else in that email that I'm missing.
this is just, I could do a true crime like on this whole thing. Like I'm waiting for the documentary. Like if I'm renewing my HBO if that gets on there. Like it's happening.
Oh, there it is.
Like we're doing a group watch party. The downfall of
Mr. Beast.
Mr.
So
We'll beat
everyone
Sunny V2
brainstorm.
to it.
on the
Everyone brainstorm a good title for a Mr. Beast documentary.
Sunny V2 deserves an apology. Because, like, everyone started clowning him for that video. And I never watched the video. But as far as I'm aware, everything that he said in that video was going to happen has happened. And, like, how Chris became this really big issue. Because that was what prompted everyone to start doing their I'm going to oust Mr. Beast. Was
Chris.
The kid who was groomed was like, hey, here's what happened to me. And that's when those allegations started. And then you had all these different people coming forward and all the Discord stuff leaked. And then after that, it kind of went quiet for a couple weeks. But now, like the whole time, Jake the Viking, who was on Mr. Beast, has like the whole time been like, hey, Jimmy knew the stuff that was going on with Chris. Yada, yada, yada. This happened before I got fired. This happened after I got fired. Like...
Mm-hmm.
So all this stuff kept going through the 2 weeks, and now we're like, okay, well, now he fakes all his videos. So it's like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Okay, so hold on.
When does it stop?
Real.
So the Viking guy, I thought he left on his own. He got fired?
I thought he left on his own too. But remember, also, as far as I'm aware, I may be misremembering, the public story is that Chris just chose to leave on his own.
Yeah.
And leave on his own. But internally, I don't think that was the case. I think it was hey, that's not okay. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Because before, when all the backlash came out before about Chris, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna step back and like not be in as many videos. And that was like, okay, that's not quite the same.
You know.
Now it's like, I'm stepping away from all Mr. Beast related stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, because you got caught grooming children.
Right. That's not cool.
Maybe don't do that.
Anyway.
So before
long
we
rabbit
end,
trail.
here's the email.
Yeah.
So he said, like, a couple weeks ago, we've hired a top tier law firm to do a full investigation of the stuff with Chris and do a full assessment of internal culture and like weed out all of the inappropriate behavior. So he does say a lot of like, as your leader, I take responsibility and I'm committed to continue to improve and evolve my leadership style. While I have been mostly focused on creating content, launching feastables, building our community, and leading our philanthropic efforts, I recognize that I also need to create a culture that makes all our employees feel safe and allow them to do their best work. So they are
very corporate speak.
Bringing in a new president, COO, Chief Human Resources Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and General Counseling, along with other roles to foster a better internal culture. So they're doing like all of this new HR stuff, mandatory training on safety, sexual harassment, diversity, sensitivity training, yada, yada, yada. Listening sessions for like, so people can be heard, anonymous reporting, and like all this other stuff. So it's like, all things that should have been there for a while.
Yeah.
And you can say, I didn't know.
Right.
And maybe there is like a certain level of innocence to that, where it's like, he really is just a 25-year-old guy who randomly got launched to the biggest YouTube channel of all time.
Right.
And doesn't know how to handle all that. But you'd think like his family, like his parents, or someone who's older and wiser would be like, hey, you're getting a little big. You need to like start doing this and get HR and like all these things.
Act like a business.
I don't believe that it was entirely like, oh, I didn't know we needed this. Because there's
I'd like to now give my favorite Mr. Beast true crime documentary titles from ChatGPT.
Oh my god.
You could do Feeding the Beast. That's a good one. You could do what was it? The Beast Within. Or you could do Hunting the Beast. That's a good one. There's a lot of great titles. HBO, hit me up. I know how to use ChatGPT, so I'm viable. Anyway,
Got 'em.
That's our news segment, and there you go. Stay tuned for more updates because this is
An evolving story.
An evolving story, so it's a living story. And yeah, that's our news for today, and we're ready to move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Mr. Nick, please take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first edition of Guessing the Poorly Described Movie.
Bum, 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 bum. The game show
Today-
that you don't win anything because we're not going to lie.
Yep, I can't lie about giving you anything. So what you're gonna win is you're gonna win. You're gonna win a nice warm feeling in your heart that says, I know how to guess poorly described movies. So let me break this down for the audience at home. How's this gonna work? Well, we have 3 rounds, and I'm just gonna start over. I'm gonna break this down for the audiences at home. We have 3 rounds. Each of those rounds has a sub round inside of it. So there are 9 movies in every round. The first round is going to be guessing poorly described movies. I will give them a poorly described movie, and they will answer. The rules are you A, have to wait until I finish describing the movie, and B, have to raise your hand and then be called upon. There is no just shouting out the answer because that's not fair. So,
What?
you
So just
also
classic youth group rules.
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Is one of these movies the Cat Noir and Ladybug movie?
No. No, I tried to pick movies that both of you have seen, so there's no unfair only Jackson has seen this movie.
Uh-huh.
I tried to keep it pretty general. So, I will also say
I have a question. Is one of these movies the Ladybug and Cat Noir movie?
you should definitely
You sounded
watch
so
it. It's a good
scared.
movie.
You sounded so scared.
But
Continue.
you each for each movie you only get one clarifying question. So if it's just if the description is just a little too and you need a little bit of a clarification, you only each get one question per movie.
Okay.
So that's
Gotcha.
round 1. Round 2 is going to be a little different. We're going to shake it up. It is 20 questions. And you each get 10 questions. So 20 questions total. You each get 10 questions to try and figure out what the movie is. I didn't say it before. Round 1 is worth 1 point. 20 questions, which is round 2, is worth 2 points. And then for round 3, we go back for the lightning round, which there's nothing lightning about it. I just needed a fancy name to make it sound different. And we're going back to poorly described movies, except these are a little bit harder, and they're worth 3 points. So there's a total of 54 points on the line, and whoever wins, wins.
Wins a
So-
special feeling in their heart.
Okay, but it's
Gentlemen.
actually 55 because I got 1 extra before in the pre-recording session, right?
Oh my gosh.
You're right. I'll count that if I need it as a tiebreaker.
Okay, cool.
Logan
So-
got an extra point for quoting the Lego movie, which is not fair.
I think it's completely fair. You just get good.
Objection,
Just
Your
try
Honor.
try harder. All right,
Skill
gentlemen,
issue.
Hearsay?
are you ready to get started?
I'm ready to roll.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
I'm ready.
Your first movie in round 1, worth 1 point.
All right.
Horny man gets gaslit into committing genocide because his father figure said his wife would die if he didn't.
Horny man commits mass Oh!
Jackson?
Is it Revenge of the Sith?
It is Revenge of the
Yes!
Oh, gosh.
Yes!
Sith.
Because it wasn't father, it was father figure.
I'm also keeping track of your points on this little post-it note
Let's
with tally
go.
marks.
This is a real show.
Yeah.
We could have gotten fancy little app buzzers, so I see who
No.
buzzed in first. No, we're just gonna do
No.
hand raising and be real honor system.
I don't think this is going to be an easy enough game to have that be a problem.
No. Next movie. Spoiled teen learns why you shouldn't trust old ladies with essential oils.
Spoiled teen.
I'll say it again. Spoiled teen learns why you shouldn't trust old ladies with essential oils.
Okay, I don't know why my first thought is like Percy Jackson, but
Oh my gosh.
Spoiled teen?
I'm trying to think of like movies with like witches and like. Is it?
I will also give a
Yeah.
fair shake to the audience. My descriptions may not be the best because I did them all last night while watching the Olympics.
Can I
Jackson.
ask, is it Brave?
No. Also, if you get it wrong, I'm not going to do the whole, like, I'm deducting a point because I'm,
Okay, cool.
quite frankly, too lazy to cross it out on my little sheet.
That's real.
Yeah, appreciate that.
So,
Essential oils.
Brave is a good... That, honestly, is another one that could work.
Right.
I didn't think about that.
So, if I get a clarifying question, what is the position of said teen that makes them so spoiled?
Oh,
Oh,
Let me answer Jackson's question because he asked the question first. And then I'll come back.
Kindergarten classroom
He won't
rules,
get
buddy.
to he won't get to answer before I let you answer, Logan. Don't worry.
okay, okay.
What is his position? Royalty.
Okay.
Logan, what is your guess?
The Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. That is
No!
correct.
Shoot. I don't know why. I don't know why in my head it was a girl. I don't know why in my head it was a girl. You
I mean,
just
I guess
said
the
spoiled,
assumption
and I was like,
is-
girl.
Spoil. I mean, it is the stereotype.
And I was
All
like,
right.
some white chick is probably
Last one in our first
round
sub-round.
1.1.
Round 1.1. If you hate kids, don't let your friends take you to an old-timey zoo.
What?
I did use ChatGPT to help me with this one.
Is it Django Unchained?
You didn't raise your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Don't say
Yes,
that.
Is it Django Unchained?
No. No, why did you say that?
Could you repeat it, Nick?
If you hate kids, don't let your friends take you to an old-timey zoo.
Tiny zoo.
Old timey zoo.
That's what's throwing me off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, there's plenty of movies where like people hate kids and they take them to places. But
the
it's
zoo.
like,
And also, like,
Yeah.
what does the zoo have to do? Why is it old timey, and what does it have to do with kids?
yeah.
When you know what the movie is, it makes sense.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
You can ask a clarifying
What do
question.
you mean by old timey zoo?
It is a zoo with things that are old in it.
But it is a zoo with animals.
You asked your clarifying question.
Shoot.
You only get one clarifying question and I answered it. I'm going to be real stingy on you here,
But
man.
You didn't.
Yes, I
but you
did.
didn't
You
answer.
said, what makes it old-timey? And I said, it has animals in it that are old.
Shoot.
Oh, I also forgot to clarify, if neither of you get it right, then neither of you get the point. Actually, wait, no, that was exclusively for round 3. Never mind. Ignore me. That was for, like, the lightning round at the end.
If you hate kids, don't let your friends bring you to an old timey zoo.
Okay, so Jackson's already guessed, right?
Right. No, I used my clarifying question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can have unlimited guesses. At least until the last round. In the last round, you only get one.
Okay.
And if you get it wrong, you lose the point. What's your guess, Logan?
I don't know. A series of unfortunate events. That's the only series I can think of where they hate kids.
Ask a clarifying question. You have one.
Beans.
It's also a movie. All of these are movies. I will say that.
Okay. Okay.
There are no TV shows on here.
Let me Google movies about hating children.
Okay, so so when I ask a clarifying question, can I clarify whether it's like animated or live action or anything?
Yeah. Any question you want.
Okay, cool. Is it
aside
animated?
from what is the title of the movie?
Yeah,
that
okay.
I can give you.
Dang it! He found my.
What
loophole.
was your question?
Is it animated?
No.
Okay.
It's a live action movie.
Is it We Bought a Zoo?
No.
Dang.
Think old timey.
Old timey.
Think about what would be old in a zoo. And think about what a zoo is.
A zoo. And it's live action?
Yes.
What the frig?
I'll give you another hint since you guys are really struggling. You should not be struggling on movie 3.
This is bad.
It is live action and it is part of a franchise.
Franchise movie.
Yeah, that doesn't help me at all.
Jackson.
Is it Fellowship of the Ring?
No.
Can I guess again?
Where's there?
Is it the Twin Towers?
It's not Lord of the Rings.
Is it? So it's not Lord of the Rings?
No.
I might have to give up on this one. I'm kind of drawing a blank. But I know once you say it, I'm going to feel so dumb.
You are going to feel dumb when I say it.
It's a franchise.
A franchise. And it's not animated. That's so weird.
Is it... If you hate children.
I'll give you a third and final hint. Or maybe second and final hint. The zoo could also double as a theme park.
Oh. A franchise with a theme park. That's so... What the frick?
All right, sorry to be a bad guess, but I forfeit. I have no idea.
Is it if I guess the franchise, do I get the point?
Sure.
Okay. Is it Harry Potter?
No.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to call it because I'm not going to say Marvel as my answer. That's not going to get me any point.
So, if you hate kids, don't let your friends take you to an old-timey zoo is Jurassic Park.
Oh!
Come on.
I was trying to guide you of it's a franchise, it's a theme park, it's an old time because dinosaurs are old.
I knew that I would feel so dumb once.
I didn't want to say if I said franchise that we've covered on the podcast, Jackson would have an unfair advantage.
I would have been like Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. He'd have been like, oh, what have we covered?
In my mind, I was like, does someone hate the hobbits in Lord of the Rings? All
right, so that's a neglected point. I'm gonna write N on the bottom here, and it's gonna be me. For every point you neglect, I get a point, so I could win.
Objection. This game is rigged against the house.
Nope. All right. Round 1.2. A kid... Oh, this one was too easy, but, I'll give it to you after that Jurassic Park. A kid who spends a night on a train learning he may, in fact, be schizophrenic. Jackson.
That is the Polar Express.
That is the Polar Express.
Dang it. Ah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, whatever. Good job.
Another one.
Whatever.
After a man's wife is brutally murdered, he sets out to save his disabled son with the help of a mentally unstable woman. Logan.
Finding Nemo.
Correct.
No! I was like, in my mind, I was like, John Wick, John Wick, John Wick.
You didn't let me finish.
Once you said, like, wife brutally murdered, I was like, it's Finding Nemo. It's Finding Nemo.
You're like, his wife is dead. Finding Nemo.
She dead.
All right.
Someone
last
without a dad.
In round 1.2, a band of misfits somehow save the world with the power of rock and roll. Jackson.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct.
Yes.
Here, I was thinking, like,
See,
Bill and Ted's Magical Adventure.
This is how the first round was supposed to go. It was supposed to
Right.
be intentionally easy to get
Right.
into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Round 1.3.
Mm-hmm.
A great lesson on why dad should never give you the GPS.
Why dad should never give you the GPS.
Logan.
Are we there yet?
No.
I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen that movie. Caveat is I have seen every movie on this list.
Okay. And you really haven't seen a lot.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Dang.
Had to do it to him.
And remember, you
good
do
lesson.
have clarifying questions.
Is this an animated movie?
Yes.
Okay.
A great lesson on why dad should never give you the GPS. Jackson.
Is it Up?
No.
Oh.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say that next.
A movie where they get lost?
Yeah. It's got to be a dad of some kind, so I'm thinking, like...
Jackson.
Is this VeggieTales, Lord of the Beans?
No. I might make the next one intentionally harder.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
You can.
Okay. Did this movie come out in, like, the early 2000s?
Let me double check. Because I don't want to get it wrong.
That's not helpful for me.
You said early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know that time is like my biggest weakness. I don't
I
know
will
when
not give
anything
you the
has
year
ever
because
happened.
you didn't ask for the year, but I will say it did
know.
not come out in the early 2000s.
Sorry, I'll be more specific next round.
That was too broad.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Animated movie. Is it a Goofy movie?
It is a goofy
I knew it. I love that movie.
All right.
All right.
Next one. The most American movie that barely takes place in the USA. I'm going to see if you can get it based off that. If not, I have a second part I can add to it later.
The most American movie.
That doesn't take place in the U.S.?
That barely takes place in the USA.
Barely, okay.
There's maybe a good 10 minutes out of the whole movie that is in the U.S.
Fascinating. See, my first thought was the Simpsons movie, but then, because I'm like, oh, they spend a lot of time in Alaska. But then I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on a second.
Hold on one cotton picking minute. I'm going to take a shot in the dark.
Okay.
Is it the Lego movie?
No.
Oh, I was really going off the capitalism part, and I was like,
that is a good angle to
The most American movie that barely takes place. But it's not that it doesn't take place in America. It's that only about 10 minutes of it take place in America.
Is that your clarifying question?
No. That is me clarifying your statement.
I'm not going to say anything.
I'm trying to think if there's a better clarifying question other than, is this animated? Okay.
Are you
can
guessing
tell me
or
if this
asking
is
a question?
No, I'm asking a clarifying question. So,
Okay.
this you can tell me if this is too specific. Where does the most of the movie take place?
I can't answer that question, but you're not going to like the answer. So are you sure that's the question you want to ask?
I'm not gonna like the answer.
Rephrase the question.
So, where does it take place?
I gotta let Jackson ask his question.
Okay,
first.
where does it take place besides America?
I know what this is. I know what this is.
I'm only gonna give you one.
Okay.
Chronologically, after the U.S. is Japan. Logan.
It's Cars 2.
It is Cars 2. No!
Yes!
So, the second part of that, because I stress tested this with my coworkers today, and the second half of that I wrote down was it has guns, oil, and conspiracies, and that made it way too easy. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, how do I change this up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, last one.
That was so freaking good. Okay.
Before we jump to 20 questions. This is the story. Oh. This is the story of how a Big Mac changed the world. Jackson.
Is that Weathering with You?
It is Weathering with You.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I knew it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, you watched that movie with us.
Yeah, I did. Okay, my first thought was like The Founder, that movie with Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah. That was my first thought, too. I was like, all right.
All right, 20 questions. You each get 10 questions.
What's the score?
Oh,
What's
the score currently, Jackson has 5, Logan has 3, and I have 1. Because you forfeit 1.
Suck it.
So, we can alternate.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first? Actually, I'll let Jackson... actually, I'll let Logan go first because he has the least amount of points.
Okay.
Thanks. Pity. I appreciate it.
This is Mario Party 8 rules. This is Chump Charity.
You each have 10 questions to figure it out.
All right, so this doesn't count as a question. I'm just asking a question about the game. Are we looking for another movie?
Yes. Everything is movies.
Okay. All right, shut up, Jackson.
This isn't a question. This is a question about the game. Do not deduct it from my 10 questions.
Wrapping it up next. Anyway.
You should have to start from scratch, I guess.
Is this animated?
No.
Oh.
Okay, cool. You're welcome.
I'm gonna keep a little tally here.
So it's live action. How dumb of a question. What if I was like, is it live action?
I mean, there's only... It's either live action or animated.
Is the main character a boy?
Yes.
Is this movie part of a franchise?
Yes. Now remember, for the audience, 20 questions, I can only answer yes or no. I'm not doing any of these maybe.
Oh. Okay.
It's either yes or no.
Okay. So it's an animated franchise with a boy. Is this a Disney movie? I'm gonna lean towards no based on that reaction. Don't do no like technicality like
No.
big studio trash. Like just No. Okay. Like, is it a Disney animation?
No.
Okay.
Do we get multiple guesses on this one, or just one?
I'll say you can have multiple.
Okay.
What if you
But
did
if
a guess, but it counted as a
get
question?
If you get it wrong, you lose a question.
Ooh,
So you can
okay.
have multiple guesses, but it's going to eat into your questions.
Okay.
And I will say you can jump in at any point. If you actually no, I'm going to say you have to keep the answer relegated to your turn.
Okay.
Because that's how you usually play 20 questions. I love how you're both casually just eating dinner while we're playing.
Yeah.
No, well, you're the one that decided to record this
plate. 5 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right. It's my question. I don't know. You said it's a boy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gosh, is the genre fantasy?
No.
Okay.
I have a question and a suspicion, but I don't want to give it away.
You gotta play strategically.
Yeah.
I don't know how you have a suspicion already. I feel like you don't know anything about the movie.
Is this a Pixar movie?
No.
Okay. Okay. Not Disney. It's not Pixar.
No, remember
It's a boy.
it's live action.
Oh, it's not animated.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna sit here and let you waste your
Oh, in my head it was animated. I'm really the kind of person that needs 20 questions like written on a piece of paper. All right, Logan.
Okay.
It's not Pixar because it's not animated. Remember that.
Okay, so I have a
get you.
Yeah. I'll be sure to keep that one in mind. Okay, so it's not animated. Young boy. Not fantasy. Screw it. I'm gonna ask another genre question. Is it sci-fi?
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
I would not consider it sci-fi.
So it's a live-action franchise with a boy main character.
The main character is a male, yes.
What does that mean? The frick does that mean?
I don't know if that might be a little bit of a hint. That might be a freebie.
Okay.
Trying to help you not go in the wrong direction.
Is it a superhero movie?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it Iron Man?
No. That's deducting a question. All right, Jackson, back to you.
Iron Man?
Stop making fun of the way I answer questions.
It's just funny. Does said franchise have 3 movies?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I have 2 guesses.
Great. You have 5 questions left. But you have to wait your turn.
Aw.
I'm trying to look around my room and remember what franchises exist because I've got memorabilia on my wall. So I'm like,
I always say, as the person who has the list, I'm like, oh, this would be so easy. But then I'm like, well, if I was sitting there, no context, no, this would not. This would be a lot harder.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, it's a live-action superhero.
Yeah, live-action superhero movie
With
There
three
are a lot of
movies.
those nowadays.
with 3 movies. Oh, is it Blade?
No.
Ah,
Wow. That would have been really, really tricky. Okay. I would like
I
to
will
guess.
say, I did not double up movies. So if you've already guessed, like, Guardians of the
a
Galaxy,
movie earlier.
it's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
So
I
if you
was about
already
to
guessed a movie earlier, it does not show up again
Okay.
on the list.
Well,
Okay.
I was about to say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Were you
So
actually?
I was about to say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Glad I clarified for you.
Yeah. Is it Spider-Man?
No. Is that a movie guess or asking if that character is in the movie?
Is Spider-Man in the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So
the
it could be a
werewolf
Spider-Man movie. But Spider-Man being in the movie means it could be a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Shoot, dude. Ask how many Spider-Men are in the movie.
Is it Spider-Man No Way Home?
No.
How many questions are left?
Logan has 3 questions left.
Perfect. Have exactly how many points I have.
Listen, if you get this one right, you could catch up.
Hmm.
Is it Spider-Man No Way Home?
No.
Wait, isn't that what I said?
You said Far From Home.
I did? Oh shoot.
No, you said No Way Home,
Really?
which means you both said No Way Home.
I said Far From Home. I thought he said Far From
So
Home.
you wasted a question.
Why are they all the same title?
That's good. That's good.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is it...
Ask if it's a Spider-Man movie.
No. I feel like I can get this. Is it... Well, if I guess wrong, then I miss a question, I guess.
So you can either
Screw
ask
it.
a question and get a clarifier, or you can guess. You're spending a question either
Yeah.
way.
Oh, okay, so I can... No, I feel pretty confident. Is it Infinity War?
No.
So to recap, it's a superhero movie that's live
Yes.
action, where the main character is a boy,
Mhm.
has 3 movies,
Mhm.
and has Spider-Man.
I feel like you've narrowed it down pretty far.
Is it Spider-Man Homecoming?
No.
Ah!
You each have 2 questions remaining.
Oh my gosh. The house is gonna win 2 points. We can't.
Oh my gosh.
Audience, you
it-
can't blame this one on me. This is just them not asking good questions.
This is on you for coming up with stupid questions.
You're the ones asking the questions. They're your questions.
Um,
I'm answering yes or no.
Lord have mercy.
I did not think we were going to spend 15 minutes on the first one.
Okay. It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Movies with Spider-Man in them. It's like a franchise.
Say No Way Home.
Third time's the charm. Maybe that's it.
I don't know. Is it Civil War?
It is Captain America Civil War.
No! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
With 3. Because Captain America does have 3 movies, and then it has Spider-Man.
I almost said no
gosh.
because technically Captain America: Brave New World would make it 4, but that movie's not out yet. So as of right now, it is 3.
Oh,
and it does have Spider-Man with a male protagonist.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, look at that. See, Logan, now you're caught up. You have 5 points.
I can demolish another 20 questions.
All
Hit
right.
me with it.
Next up, I will let Jackson go first because he lost.
Is it animated?
Yes.
It is animated.
Okay.
Logan.
Was it released in the 90s?
No.
Is the main character a boy?
Yes.
Why the hesitation?
Why did he hesitate?
Because you're the way you're wording it is going to eventually lead you astray.
Okay. Animated movies that's not released in the 90s with bi characters. What is that? That's a short list. I think I can make an educated guess.
No, the character is a boy.
Is it?
But I think saying boy leads you in the wrong age bracket.
Okay.
Because I feel like that threw you off
Is
with
it
the last
a
one.
male? Is it a male?
Yes, I'll let you
Okay.
rephrase that question.
Yes.
Did this movie come out in like the last 5 years?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
So it's after 90s, but before 2019.
Now
So
I'm going to
we have
ask
a
if it's in the 2010s.
Hold on. I'm going to pull this up so I make sure I have the right year. Because I think I know what it is in my
Okay.
head, but I don't want to get it wrong.
Is this a
Oh, I got signed
Disney
out of Letterboxd?
animation movie?
Dang it.
Is it a
I don't
Disney
remember.
animation movie? I'll
No.
look it up for you. What is it?
No, you're not doing that.
It's not Disney animated. Okay.
No.
Is it DreamWorks animation?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I have the right year.
Is it Pixar?
No.
No.
Is it Studio Ghibli?
No. Oh, I didn't even think about putting
Oh.
Studio Ghibli movies on here.
Is it is this a Sony movie?
Let me double check that, actually. I don't know.
Interesting. Is it a film by the lesser known failed studio United Pictures Animation? Now UPA was known in the,
Would
in the
you-
1950s. It's the only
I'm going to
Interesting.
say no.
No. It's not Disney, it's not Pixar, it's not DreamWorks, it's not Sony.
And it's not Ghibli either.
And it's not Ghibli.
But it is
Okay.
animated?
Yep.
And it's a movie.
Yeah. Okay, here. Let me ask you this question: Would you count co-produced as a Sony movie? If it was co-produced by Sony, would
Co-produced.
you count that as a Sony movie?
Probably not, because that's not what I'm thinking of when I say like.
Because
This is a Sony
I didn't
movie.
think of that either.
Then okay, so it's co-produced by Sony, but that doesn't help me at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
That's why I told
If
you.
it doesn't help me, then it doesn't matter. I wouldn't say it.
I've always said that.
I've always said that.
Is it Logan's question?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, my bad.
you're good. Oh, man.
Animated. This is so difficult.
Listeners, I hope you're screaming the title in your car.
Yeah, I really hope this makes you as angry as it does me right now.
Right.
Um,
Oh. animated, but it's like essentially it's gonna be one of those weird movies that's like Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
Um,
Wait, I didn't realize what I was agreeing to at first.
Charlotte's Web connects them all.
Her web connects them all.
Madam Web.
What a feral pick.
Oh shoot.
Daggum.
I'm really drawing a blank. Jackson.
I guess
you
just
can...
ask a basic question.
Yeah.
Ask more like clarifying questions.
Yeah,
Go
you're
back
right. You're
to
right.
Year, genre.
So is this a sci-fi movie?
Let me see if it's in the genre
This is
tags
a movie.
on.
This is a movie that Nick knows nothing about.
No, I know.
Let me think.
But I wanted to make sure. No, it is not a sci-fi movie.
Not sci-fi. Is it a comedy movie?
What does Letterboxd have to say? Letterboxd does have comedy listed as a genre, so I'll say yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it a Western?
No.
Okay,
I
cool.
know exactly where you were going with that question. So it is a comedy. Is it mainly like action?
Yeah, I would say
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
How many questions do we have left?
Jackson, you have 3. Logan has 4.
Okay. I have a clarifying question. Okay, so it's an animated movie. Is it Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No.
Oh, that was such a good guess.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think of like non-associated, like essentially independent animated films.
Would you like a
Yeah.
free hint? Because I don't want you to
I'd
go
love
in the
a
wrong
free hint.
direction.
Yes, please.
I want a free hint.
Please.
It is associated, but you have not said the studio yet.
Oh.
So essentially what I'm telling you is it's not an indie movie by any stretch
Okay.
of the imagination.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is it a Blue Sky animation movie?
No.
What studios are left?
No.
I don't even have a ballpark.
I know for a fact it's not a Blue Sky movie. I had to think about it for a second, but I was like, no.
Frick.
I don't even have a ballpark.
I'm going to verify that just to be safe.
Yeah, if you get to pull your phone out, I'm pulling my phone out.
Hey, nobody gets to Google. Oh, no.
I guess
No.
ask about like the main characters or something. I don't know.
Okay,
This is a team game now.
Jackson has 2, Logan has 3.
Okay, so we know it's a male protagonist, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they accompanied by like an animal sidekick of some kind?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, animal sidekick.
Okay.
You
You each have 2 questions.
Is this movie crap?
You're making me look so bad, Nick.
There's another really good question you could ask that I think would give Jackson an edge.
Have we covered this on the podcast before?
Yes.
That's not fair.
Hold on.
But not in the way you think.
What?
Okay, since Jackson only has 1 question left, let me reiterate the information that you have. It is an
Okay.
animated movie with a male protagonist, not done by Sony, Disney, Pixar, Ghibli, or Blue Sky. It is a comedy. It is an action that came out after the 90s, but before 2019. When you hear this movie, you're going to feel so dumb.
Wait, no. No.
House may be about to get 2 points. I did not think House was going to get 2 points off this one.
Logan, help.
I'm trying, man.
This is a team game.
Yeah, I feel like we need to
This is
team up
officially
against
a
the
team
house
game.
in this one.
This is officially a team game. Congratulations, players. You've unionized.
If you want to work together on this one, I will give you both a point.
Okay, wait. Well, I
I'll
guess
split
that would...
the two.
Okay, wait, no, you said it was co-produced by Sony, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That was an unofficial question.
Right,
It was
right,
more
okay.
of a clarifier.
Sorry, strike it off the record, Judge.
Could you ask, like, if there's magic in the world, if it was a streaming exclusive, if it was, like, if it was before, like, what's the time? Can we narrow the time range?
You can with questions.
In some way.
Okay. So we'll work together on this one. I'll ask, is there a source of magic?
Collectively, you have 3 questions collectively. Is there a source of magic? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Was this movie released after 2010?
Yes.
Okay. So there was a movie from 2010 to 2019.
1 question, and
Is
then
that
I will
right?
let each of you guess.
Okay.
So it's released from 2011 to 2017. It has an animal sidekick. There is a magic system. It's a male protagonist. I'm gonna feel like such an idiot.
You are gonna feel so dumb.
Does the main character have a love interest? Is that part of the
Yes.
story? Okay.
Okay.
That is your final question.
All right.
I will now allow each of you to guess one more time.
Oh my gosh.
What the heck?
What the frick? Okay.
No more clarifying questions will be accepted.
After 2011, but it's the studios that are getting me. Like, any idea I have immediately gets shot down by thinking, oh, it's one of those studios.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh. I don't know. I'm gonna say The Mitchells versus the Machines.
No.
I don't know. That was my only
That's a good guess, though.
educated guess.
The only problem is that movie came out, like, somewhat recently.
Oh, you're right.
That movie came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's outside your time range that you had previously established.
Bring it home, Logan. You can do it.
Okay.
I'll give you a freebie. Mitchell's versus the Machines is moving in the right direction.
Okay.
Keyword, right direction.
Okay.
Is it the Emoji Movie? Is it the Emoji Movie?
You got your guess. I can't
No.
answer.
I don't think it would. I don't think that would be it, because that was like a movie made by Sony, not like
By
co-produced
Sony.
I'm trying to refresh my memory on like all Sony movies. All right. Is it Hotel Transylvania?
No.
Sorry,
With that,
man.
The
I
house
tried.
will get both points. The movie
I need to know.
was the Lego Movie.
It was a Warner Brothers movie.
It was a Warner Brothers movie. That was the only studio you didn't say. With a male protagonist, Master Building is the magic system, and
has an
Unikitty
animal
is this
sidekick.
animal sidekick.
He has an animal sidekick.
Yeah, House making a comeback, baby.
Oh my god.
Wait, what was the animal sidekick?
Unikitty.
Unikitty.
Oh, yeah, all right. I'll give you that.
I'm so shocked you didn't get that.
I really need
The question
the audience,
you could have asked that would have like clarified it for you would have been, is this in your top 5 movies?
Oh yeah.
And then you could have narrowed it down to my top
I wouldn't have
5
thought
movies.
of that. Yeah.
Well, now you have it for future reference. All right, third one in
Right.
round
But
1.
the answer is
going to
be
This was
no.
going to take 30 minutes.
All right. I can speed run this one. I know how to play the game now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win.
I will let Logan start since Jackson started last time.
Yeah.
Okay, is it animated?
No.
Is the protagonist a boy? A male?
Yes.
It's a male protagonist.
Okay, a protagonist. Is this a franchise of movies?
No.
Is this a movie under a Disney umbrella?
Let me double check.
Broadening the question a little bit to start.
That's not what I asked you.
Granted,
know
Disney owns
the
everything,
studio.
so this might not be as broad of a question as I'm thinking.
No.
Not Disney umbrella.
Nope.
Okay.
So that means it's not Pixar, it's not Disney, it's not Blue Sky because they own Disney now.
Yeah, it's not
'Cause
animated.
Disney owns
Remember?
them. I'm a little dumb. In my mind, it's always animated. I usually don't listen to the first question.
See, I think Jackson just is animated, and he just like forgets that we live in the real world.
In my mind, I'm too busy thinking of what my question's gonna be to listen to your first question.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
where
like-
you go wrong.
Yeah.
And see, I don't think about my own question too much, so that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Is it my
Back
turn?
to Logan.
Oh shoot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Does this movie take place in the U.S.?
No.
Okay. Is this movie... So it's a live-action movie with a male protagonist. Does the male protagonist have a love interest?
No.
No love interest. It's a movie for the boys. Okay.
Okay.
I like the way you said that. Movie for the boys. Because when I think about this movie, that is exactly what I think.
Does it feature like a large cast of characters, or is it just focused on the protagonist?
Yes.
Large cast, yes?
You got to pick one of those two.
Okay.
You got to
okay.
pick one of the two to ask.
Okay. Is it a large cast of characters?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this movie... Does this movie have a higher rating than PG?
That's a good question.
I want to say yes, but I want to double check because I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it has... So it's either PG-13 or R. Live action. And it's not under the Disney umbrella, so it's not Star Wars, it's not Marvel, it's not...
It is not under the Disney umbrella.
Okay.
Is it a crime movie?
No.
Okay. Is it like an action movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Action movie. Did it come out in the mid 2000s?
No.
Okay.
This one might be unfair because I was not entirely sure if Logan had seen this movie. But I assumed he has.
Okay. So it's a big cast. Does this movie... So it's above PG, and it's action. Is this movie have a lot of... that's a bad question. Is this a movie that I would see in theaters?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this movie directed by someone famous?
I'm gonna assume by famous you mean like Quentin Tarantino level, in which I'm going to say no.
Okay. Big cast. Is this... Can I ask a clarifying on one of the things? When you say big cast, do you mean like it is an ensemble movie?
Yes.
You're hesitant.
Well, I don't know. What do you define as ensemble?
Like Scooby-Doo is an ensemble movie.
Oh, yes.
Like The Avengers is an ensemble movie.
Yes.
Okay, so the answer is yes.
Yeah.
It is a team movie. Okay.
Guess not.
Let me think.
I already
Rich
gave you
Asians,
too many freebies there.
Did you say Crazy Rich Asian?
I've never seen that movie.
Part of me wanted to say Tropic Thunder, but you would know that was above PG. Have we covered this movie on the podcast in an episode that was specifically about this movie, either in an opening or main segment?
I'm sorry, that's
Got
not a word
eliminated
vomit.
to one question.
Can you consolidate that down
was one
to
long
one
question.
Concise question.
Has this movie been talked about on the podcast intentionally?
I want to say yes.
Oh.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
Now that I think
Okay.
about it, it has.
Okay. Action
comedy ensemble. Did we clarify that it was a comedy?
I don't think so. I
think
think
we
that was for the
did.
last one.
Oh, okay. Is it a comedy?
I would consider it a comedy, but
Okay.
doesn't mean anything.
Is this movie rated
yes.
PG-13?
IMDb. Hold on. Okay, comedy is listed in the genre, so I would say yes, it's a comedy.
Okay.
Is the movie PG-13? No.
Okay. So this is an R-rated action comedy with an ensemble that's not in the Disney umbrella.
Correct.
And it was live action, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Are any of the Transformers movies rated R?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking Logan.
I don't think so, because Michael Bay wouldn't be allowed to do R rating. It would just be like PG-13.
Right.
Don't give Michael Bay an R-rated movie. That's a bad idea.
We already know that Skippity Toilet is gonna wreck cinema.
Okay. I'm struggling to think of R-rated action comedy ensembles that aren't like Deadpool type.
Right. Right. That was my first thought. Was Deadpool.
Yeah. R-rated. Nick doesn't watch a lot of R-rated movies.
I don't.
Wait. No. Whose question is it?
It is currently Logan's question.
I couldn't remember.
Okay.
So it's an action comedy, R-rated.
Okay.
That does not take place in the United States.
Okay.
Does not take place in the United States.
Okay. And it's not a franchise movie? Did we clarify that already?
I don't think you did.
Is it a franchise movie?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I won't count that because I can't remember if you asked that question or not. I don't think you did.
Okay.
But I'll give it to you as a freebie.
But we've talked about it on the podcast before.
You looked like you had a guess. You looked like you had an idea.
See, my first thought was, like, before we said the R rating, it was like Night at the Museum.
Right.
Because that's like action comedy, you know.
Right.
It's a little quirky.
But
It's got a big
R?
ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And it's not really by Disney.
I don't think I would consider John Wick to be... It's not a franchise, but that's not as ensemble either. We don't talk about a lot of R-rated movies on the podcast. That's where I'm getting that's where I'm trying to think of like what we've covered. And it's not Nope, because that was in the US.
Man, I was worried this game was going to be too easy for you guys, and we're still on round 1.1 of 20 questions.
Oh, gosh.
Buckle up, listeners. This episode's going to be a little bit longer because these guys don't know how to guess movies.
You might have to scrap round 1.2 and 3 of 20 questions.
I might combine them because there's a couple on the list I could X-nay.
Dude, is it... How many questions do I have left?
You have 2. You both have 2.
Does this movie have a lot of big actors in it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's R-rated.
I'm going to feel really bad if Logan hasn't seen this movie.
Is it a movie that's well received? Like, does it have good critical reception?
I believe it got good. Yeah.
Is this... And this is a movie that you said you've seen, right?
I have, yes. Every
Okay.
movie on this list today, I have seen.
I have one more question. Was this movie released in the last 5 years?
Yes.
I have a guess.
Okay, well, you got to wait for your turn.
I know, I'm waiting.
Okay.
This
In
is
the
your
last
final
10
question.
So it was released in the last 10 years?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Dang, okay. 5 years? I had an answer, but that like completely threw it off the...
Yeah.
I was like, dang, okay. This Is the End? I don't know when that came out.
It is not. This is the
That was
end.
not... That was not in the last 5 years.
All right, Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is your guess?
All right, I have a guess.
Okay. You don't
Is
have
it
any more
top-
questions, so you
I don't have any more
just have
questions.
a guess.
This is my final guess. Is it Top Gun Maverick?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Logan, would you like to make a final guess?
Sure. Let's see. Sure, why not?
Why not? What the heck?
Is it Mission Impossible?
Nope.
I don't know,
The
man.
movie was the hit 2022 R-rated action movie Bullet Train.
Oh,
I didn't think that one was
going to
be that hard.
Movie. That is a good movie.
Yeah, and I have seen that one.
All right.
I have seen, yeah.
There's
So,
6
give me your-
movies left, but I'm
So
going to
give me-
consolidate down to 3.
Okay.
Because
So-
that took forever. But you guys got to speed run this a little faster.
Can we do a lightning round?
Yeah.
Like 60 seconds. 60 seconds to do 20 questions.
I think that's too quick.
I think it's 2 minutes.
Hey, listen, I'll do the timing. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Get out of here,
Do
contestant.
do 2 minutes.
Do you want 2 minutes each or 2 minutes for both of you?
For both.
All right, I'll give you 4. Because
That
2
feels
minutes
too
seems. Are you?
Well, the
what?
point
You
is to
want
go
less time?
fast. Yeah, I want to go fast.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, let's do it. Let's
'Cause
do it. Let's
now-
add the stress.
Let's go.
2 minutes.
Fight
All right.
me.
Are you ready?
Mhm.
Let me make sure I
Logan,
have.
start.
Let me pull up this movie everywhere, so that if you ask any questions about the year, I already have it pulled up and I don't have to cost you time.
Right.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
I know you both have seen this movie. I'm gonna make sure who produced this movie. Ooh.
I'm ready.
Who's the distributor? That's a better. No.
I'm ready.
I'm aware you're ready. Give me a second. Calm down.
Slow down, Skippy.
Calm down, Bucko. There we go. That's what I wanted.
All right.
Oh. All right. Hope nobody asked me about the distributor. All right.
I'm ready.
2 minutes on
Logan,
the clock.
start.
I am ready for you. And
Logan, start.
You
Okay.
can begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
Is it live
Oh,
action?
that was the wrong timer. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
gosh.
That
Come
was 2 hours.
Boo.
My bad.
Boo. Boo this moderator. Boo.
Okay. We'll try that again. You can start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Is it live action?
No.
Is the protagonist a male?
Yes.
Was it released in the last 10 years?
Yes.
Is this a Disney umbrella movie?
No.
Is it an ensemble cast of characters?
No.
Is this a comedy?
No.
Is it an action movie?
No.
Is it a sci-fi?
No.
Is it a horror?
No.
Is it a romance?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the romance end well?
Yes.
Is this a DreamWorks movie?
No.
Okay.
Is it a Sony movie?
No. 60 seconds remaining.
Is this movie was it released in the last 3 years?
No.
Okay. Is it more than just the two main love interests?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this like a big popular movie or is
Yes.
it smaller? Big popular movie.
25 seconds.
Okay.
You each have 2 questions left.
Okay. I don't know. Jackson, go.
Is this a Blue Sky movie?
No.
Is it Pixar?
Nope.
Are the characters humans?
Yes. I'll say that's your last question. You didn't hear the timer go off, but it did go off.
Yeah.
Logan, you only had 1 question left. I'll let you ask your last question.
I don't have a last
5.
question.
Okay. All right. You can both take final guesses.
Final guess. Animated movie. It's a romance. A romance animated, but you said it wasn't a comedy, so it's not like a rom-com. So it's like a just romantic? Huh.
10 seconds. Make your guess.
I don't even have a guess. I don't freaking know.
You don't have a guess?
I don't have a guess. If it's not, it's not like Pixar, it's not Disney, it's like, is it the Lego Movie 2?
Is that your final guess?
Sure.
No, it is not the Lego Movie 2.
Is it the Emoji Movie?
Is that your final guess?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is not the Emoji Movie.
Ah.
It is the hit 2016 movie Your Name.
Oh, that is a good movie.
The
Yeah.
house pulls ahead with 7 points.
Okay.
All right.
We want to move to lightning round for the sake of time.
No. If I keep you on the 2-minute timer, it goes a lot faster.
All right, we can go for that.
So I'll give you 2 more from 20 questions, and then we'll move into the
right.
final round. I will do that one. Let me pull up all
right.
the reputable information. Get any of your questions ready now, because it's basically free
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that one.
Is this movie a good movie? Is this a bad movie?
Try not to ask me subjective questions, please.
Do you like this movie?
See, that's a better question.
What do you think of this movie?
Do you want to watch this movie together?
Do you want to watch this movie together?
Okay.
Do you think I'm cool? Check yes,
I
no.
am. All right. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Your timer starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Is it animated?
Yes.
Is it an ensemble cast?
No.
Is the main protagonist a male?
Yes.
What was the audience score good for this?
Yes. I don't know why I had to
Okay.
double check. I
Is
should have
this
known
in
that.
a Disney umbrella?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Was it released in the last 10 years?
No.
No. Is this a classic Disney movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a romance?
Yes. I
Are
don't know
the
why I keep
characters
double checking. I should know all
are the
these
characters
things.
animals?
No.
Oh. There's not a classic Disney movies with.
Is it would it be
humans.
classified as a Disney princess movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Does this take place? Is there magic in this movie?
Yes.
Does the main character use magic?
Yes.
Okay. Do the animals talk in this movie?
No. Actually,
Oh.
wait. Yes. My bad.
Okay.
I have a guess as to what the movie is.
Would you like to guess? Go ahead.
Is it Aladdin?
It is Aladdin.
Yes! Yes!
Oh man.
Logan pulls
I
ahead
was
with
gonna
7
say-
points. Look at that.
I was gonna say Pocahontas.
All right. Last one in this bunch.
All right.
Oh, not that
Hit
one.
me. Hit me.
All right. Jackson's going to love this.
I'm gonna what?
Just kidding. I'm throwing you off.
What?
Ha-ha.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm ready.
I'm trying to make sure all my stuff is pulled up. So if you ask me production company again, I can be like, aha, I know this time.
Is it co-produced by the very unknown animation company UPA that closed after its second failure of a feature with
All right. Your timer starts in 5, 4, 3,
I'm ready.
2, 1, go.
Is it animated?
No.
Is it an ensemble?
Yes.
Main protagonist a boy.
Yes.
Was the critical reaction good?
Yes.
Is it above PG?
Yes.
Was it released in the early 2000s?
No.
Is this an action movie?
Yes.
Is the genre sci-fi?
Yes.
Oh, is this a franchise movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Does the main character grow older with each movie?
Yes.
What? What the heck?
Technically, yes. I am, because
is
it's
this
a franchise
Disney-
movie, I'm going to make you be specific.
Is this a Disney umbrella?
No.
Okay.
Can I make a guess?
You sure can.
Is it Harry Potter?
No.
Can I make a guess? Is it John Wick?
No.
Okay.
25 seconds.
Ask another question.
Are there 3 movies in this franchise? Is it
No.
just 3 movies?
No.
Is it
10
is it
seconds.
sci-fi? Is it more than 3 movies?
No.
Oh.
2, 1.
So it's not 3, but it's not more than 3?
All right, I will accept final guesses only.
Can I clarify? You said it was not 3, but it was not more than 3?
It was not 3. It is not more than 3.
Oh.
So it's 2.
Huh. So there's a sci-fi movie where the character grows older over 2 movies. Somewhere.
Was it
And
animated?
I've never seen...
No, it was not. You asked that. That was
No.
your starter question.
It's
Okay,
not.
yeah.
Um,
I'd like to make a guess.
and I've never seen Blade Runner. I'd like that out there.
Okay. What is your final guess?
Well, shoot, it was Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Oh. It's not Blade Runner.
I think I have a guess.
Okay, your final guess?
Is it Tron?
It is not Tron.
Oh.
The final
was it?
answer was Dune Part 1.
Oh, of course it was.
Listen, when I said Jackson was going to like it, that's what I meant.
I was like, oh, Tron. I like Tron.
All right, 2 more to the house. House is in the lead. Let's go.
Shoot.
All right,
Okay.
on to the final round.
If Colin ever watches this episode, he's going to be so mad.
He's going to be like, it's Dude! It's Dude!
I need you to make him watch the episode and see how
Just
many
the-
points he gets.
Listeners, I hope you're tallying your score. at
Tallying
home.
your score, please tell us if you got more points than Jackson or Logan.
Yeah.
All right,
I
or
know,
the house,
I know they
you
did.
know?
Lightning round. I am going to give you, I'll say 60 seconds to think about this one, because we're going
Okay.
back to descriptions. These are worth 3 points each, so even though Logan
Okay.
is in the lead, Jackson could still come back.
I'm ready.
So, that being said, a couple of these are a lot easier than I remember them being.
That's a good thing.
How long did I say? 60 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1 minute. I need a better...
60 seconds? That's 1 minute.
There we go. That's a good timer. You guys could hear that. All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
Your timer... Actually, I'll read it and then start the timer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Family Feud rules. Fast money rules.
Your first movie. Emo teen wins over his future wife with books and servants. Jackson.
Beauty and the Beast.
Correct.
What threw me off was emo teen. That's
Yeah.
stupid.
I was like, you know.
Bill, can I interest you in this library?
Because tonight
Will be the night that I will fall for you.
fall for you.
All right.
Ever again.
Next one.
All right.
Music kid almost ruins everything by almost sleeping with his mom.
What?
Logan.
Back to the Future?
Correct.
No! I was thinking that. Almost ruins everything. Johnny be good.
Why is it not letting me? Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, why are you
I guess
not?
you guys just aren't ready for that one.
Jeez, I
yet.
hate that. Okay, last one in round 1.1 of the lightning round. I
That'd be
I
3.1?
almost keep yeah, you're right, 3.1. I almost keep reading the title because I have it like title, description.
You're like, next one.
So here,
Back to the Future.
the next one. All right. Dad quits his day job to pursue a career with oddballs and a pretty rich boy.
Pretty rich boy. Read it again.
Dad quits his day job to pursue a career with oddballs and a pretty rich boy. Logan.
The Incredibles?
No. That's what my coworker said too.
Dad quits day job with oddballs.
I was going to say you only have one guess, but I forgot and we already started, so I'll let it slide. That's on me.
Dad quits job. Dad quits day job. Can I ask a clarifying question?
No clarifying questions in the lightning round.
Shoot.
You have 8 seconds.
Is it the Fantastic Mr. Fox?
It is not the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Logan, would you like to take a final guess?
Nah, I got
Logan has
nothing.
frozen on Discord.
Oh no.
Oh.
There he is.
No.
There,
No,
there you are.
I'm
All right,
good.
There you
got
are.
nothing. The house will take that one. It was The Greatest Showman.
Oh.
I've never seen that. That's not fair.
You've never seen The Greatest Showman, really?
No, and
Wow.
Sam gets on to me for it all the time.
Wow.
Wow, points wiped from the house for having an unfair game.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Take that, house.
Okay,
Screw the establishment.
round 3.2. 60 seconds on the clock.
Ready.
Rebellious teen visits her essential oil aunt so she can do missionary dating.
What the frick? What's up with the essential oils? Why was my first thought Nim's Island? Say that again.
Rebellious teen visits her essential oil aunt so that she can do some missionary dating. Let me clarify. She's not dating the aunt. Just
Okay.
wanted to
That's
make
a
that
good
clear.
clarification.
I was gonna say. Moves in with her aunt. Interstellar. Her essential oils aunt.
10 seconds remaining.
Is it Brave?
No.
Her essential oils aunt. Oh. Oh.
Logan, do you have a
Oh.
final guess?
No.
Oh.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right, Jackson, I'll give you one guess.
Is it Tangled?
No.
Ah!
The answer was...
I thought I had it.
Jackson, you're going to feel dumb because we just talked about this like 2 episodes ago.
What?
Is The Little Mermaid.
You're right.
I literally said on that episode her essential
Not the
oil
missionary
aunt.
dating. Not the missionary dating.
All right.
That's so sad.
Man, you guys are like
Not good at this.
not good at this at all. All right.
All right.
Next
Hit me
one.
with it.
Gotta have my timer ready. Sometimes it pays to be the family maid. Logan, I saw your hand go up even though you froze.
Okay, cool. Is it Cinderella?
No. That's a good guess, though.
I gotta
Dang it.
ask. Is it Mrs. Doubtfire?
No.
Mm.
Another
The
good guess.
family maid. Sometimes it pays to be the family maid. We've already said Beauty and the Beast. That's so broad.
See, these are the rounds I need
Is
the
it-
clarifying questions.
Right. Is it Knives Out?
It is Knives Out.
Oh, that's good.
Yes!
That was a good guess,
That was
dude.
freaking good.
That was good.
All right, Jackson has pulled ahead with 1 point.
I finally have 1 point.
All right.
I swear.
The last one of round 3.2. There's no better therapist than me, myself, and I. Jackson.
Inside Out 2.
No.
Don't look at me like that.
I was like, what?
I'm like American Psycho. Like, I'm trying to think if there's like a schizophrenic movie.
It's me, myself, and I.
You can guess again.
Inside Out?
No.
Oh.
Less than 30 seconds remaining.
Shoot.
Can you repeat the question, Nick?
There's no better therapist than me, myself, and I.
What about Bob is like that, but you haven't seen that.
I don't know. Is it me, myself, and Irene?
Nope.
Oh. Is it Bo Burnham's Inside?
No.
That's not a
That
movie,
was
but-
another good one I could have put for that. Logan, would
Yeah.
you like to make a final guess before I reveal the movie?
I don't know. Is it Deadpool?
It is not Deadpool.
I don't know. Was it Dune Part 2?
You were much closer, though. The final answer is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh.
Because he gets like the help and the therapy
kinda-
from the
that's
other two
actually
versions of
kinda
himself.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of smart.
All
I
right,
had to think
round
about that one.
3.3. The final round. The
harder?
final 3 questions. These
What are the points?
current standings are Jackson at 11, Logan at 10, and the house at I forgot to count.
Let's go.
All right. 2 of these I pulled from the internet. I'm just going to make that
Let's
clear.
go.
These are not mine.
Let's go.
Which is why they'll probably be harder.
Mm-hmm.
Orphan farm boy kisses his sister while dad tries to get him to join the family business.
Can you repeat that?
Orphan
sorry,
farm boy kisses sister while dad tries to get him to join the family business.
Oh.
Logan,
Star Wars.
I'm going to need you to be a little more specific.
Oh.
Star Wars is too broad.
Okay. Empire Strikes Back.
Correct. It is Empire
I was
Strikes
really
Back.
hoping that you would say the wrong movie. I was like, this is my one chance because we got it at the same time.
Oh, wait. I put the
Yeah.
points in the wrong spot. Oopsies.
No, whoops. Okay. Okay.
I just need to remember to
I
subtract.
get it.
Subtract 3 from Jackson's score. All right.
That's rude.
A fox, a bear, and a badger have some serious disagreements with the way the government is being run.
Open season. That's a great movie.
The 2024 presidential election.
Correct. That's it.
Correct. I'm gonna try again. Fantastic, Mr. Fox.
No.
Read it again.
A fox, a bear, and a badger have some serious disagreements with the way the government is being run.
A fox, a bear, and a badger.
The badger is what's throwing me off.
Yeah. Can I guess?
You can.
Zootopia?
Nope. 15 seconds.
The fox, a bear, a badger. Fox, bear,
Is it
badger.
the racist Disney movie Song of the South?
It is not. I've actually never seen that
would have
movie.
been that would have been such a good pick.
That would have been a solid pick,
That would have been
actually.
a really solid pick.
All right, I will take a final guess from both of you.
The problem with the way the government is. There's some movies that I'm thinking of that like would work, but but they're not ones you would have picked. Maybe... Oh, you've never seen that either. Maybe... Madagascar?
No.
I knew you've never seen that.
I've seen Madagascar.
You've seen Madagascar?
Actually, no, you're right. I've seen the second one, not the first one.
Exactly.
I know you.
I know you.
All right, Logan, do you have a final guess?
For a box or a box, a fox,
box,
a badger,
bear, and
okay, yeah.
Fox, badger, bear.
Oh, I got it. John Wick.
Really?
Dune
Yeah, final
chapter
answer.
2.
Chapter 2.
It is not John Wick.
Oh,
Dang, and I would have bet the house on that.
Shoot.
It is Robin Hood. The Disney
Oh, that's such a no duh. That's such a no duh.
All right. The current standing.
There's a badger in Robin Hood?
According to the synopsis online that I pulled.
Wow.
It is.
Interesting.
The final tally
I'm
before
trying
we
to think
hit
of the badger that's in Robin Hood.
I don't
Is it
think there
not-
is one.
Friar Tuck.
Hold
Is he
on.
not a badger?
What animal is Friar?
He has to be a badger. There's no way.
Oh man, he is a badger.
Oh.
Who was gonna tell me that Friar Tuck was a badger?
If not you guys.
Google, I guess.
Dang.
All right, final tally before we go into the final question because it is still
Yeah.
anybody's game. Logan
Okay.
has 13. Jackson has 11.
Okay. So I could
So-
take it.
You could still take it.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you a timer on this one though, because I'm too lazy to go push it. Your final poorly described movie to guess.
Okay. I'm so
A
happy to be
doctor
here.
decides to have his girlfriend shoot him up on meds so he can stop being crippled.
A doctor decides to let his girlfriend shoot him up on meds so he cannot be crippled.
Logan.
Morbius.
It is Morbius.
Yes!
Why would you give him Morbius? You know that's like his thing. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Ending out the game
dang.
with 16 points is Mr. Logan Urich. Congratulations
Wow.
on winning the game.
GG's.
You can
GG's.
guess movies better than Jackson.
Heck yeah, I can.
Which means you have officially taken my spot as the co-host of the Nerdiest podcast. Congratulations. Here's the Instagram login credentials. You'd probably do better
Sweet.
at it than me.
Yeah, go
Wow.
buy my sick merch that I clearly designed. I can only take that joke so far.
Wow.
Well, gentlemen,
Everyone,
That was
thank
it.
you for playing. Thank you for playing our first annual Nerdiest game show. This was a very wonderful, wonderful game that I would play again. I would totally play again. This was very fun. Audience, thank you for sticking with us on this longer episode doing the poorly described movie game. Unless you guys have anything else to add, I think it's time to close out. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Nerdiest Podcast. Thank you, Logan, for coming and playing with us. This was a wonderful time. Thank you, Nick, for putting these wonderful prompts together that just made me pull my hair out. That was way harder than it should have been. That was so difficult. And for why? I think there's just so many movies out there that it could literally be anything. And it's just like, what do you mean? So,
I think you're just bad at
Thank you.
asking questions.
thank you so much for following us on this journey. We will see you very soon. New merch on the store, thenerdiespodcast.com. Follow us everywhere. The Nerdiest Podcast on Instagram, YouTube. All the links are in the description. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Until then, bye.